What's going on, everybody? I am 93% sure that we're live. Episode 44 of the Scope. That's a pretty high percentage. I feel pretty good that it's actually going. So yeah, what's up? It's been a while.
Yeah, how's it going? Good to be back here, not on a Monday, but on a Tuesday. So I don't know if I feel better about the Tuesday or the Monday, but regardless, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I am too. I'm happy to made it back. Thanks everybody for popping in and being flexible with that. We had to do some stuff yesterday and it didn't quite work out. And also I was gone over the weekend completely off the grid, so it was a really good opportunity for me to get caught up on everything that kind of went on with everything in the first person shooter genre world ecosystem. And I think we are here.
Love it.
How about
Maybe.
what did you do over the weekend? Anything good?
Man, what did I do over the weekend? Oh geez.
Are you okay?
Yes. I was actually sick for the first time since 2018. I had not COVID, thankfully, but it ended up being, I think, like that RSV virus that's going around. So I was supposed to go to the Bills game on Sunday, and I had to cancel. Like, we were supposed to leave super early, so it was like 3:30 a.m. I texted all my buddies I was supposed to drive. I was like, guys, there's no way. And so myself and one of the other guys had to cancel at like 4 a.m. It was terrible. So I was pretty out for the count all day Sunday.
Dude, that's a bummer. I haven't made it to an NFL game yet. I'm pretty sad about that. Didn't the Bills lose though? So maybe it's all right.
They did, but it was a hell of a game. So and we had great seats, man. We paid for those seats. It was like August, I think we got those, and
playing it that long.
We paid like $250, I think, for them at the time, and they were like some of the best seats you could have had. So I was pretty bummed. They sent me photos of the game from the seats. I was like, man, that was,
of course they did.
Unfortunate.
What a bummer, dude.
The timing is just terrible.
Such a bummer. Such a bummer. I had a pretty good weekend off the grid. I did not harvest a deer with my bow, but saw some really cool stuff. I snuck up and got pretty close to some of them, but they just weren't. A couple people asked me on Twitter if I got anything. I didn't, but I got close enough to. But the deer that I saw were for that area, the population isn't crazy. So I just saw a couple does and then some really young bucks. So I didn't have any that would for management reasons that would make sense to take. So
yeah.
So, darn. Yeah, like Spoo says, I should have popped Eddie and ran around in the woods with my bow. They couldn't hurt me. It would have been sweet. But yeah, it was a blast. Got back. It's so weird, and it's the second time. Everybody like who's followed along knows it's like the second time in the last few weeks that I've taken off the grid. It's so weird. Like the first couple of days with no internet at all. It's at first it's kind of like, man, I wonder what's going on, but then pretty soon like you just piss off the rest of the world and like you're just there and it's awesome for a little bit.
There you go.
It's pretty cool.
Nice
Speaking
and
of
quiet,
which,
I'm sure.
Speaking of which, that the crap going on in Poland does not sound good. Did you see that stuff? That's sketchy, man.
I did, but I'm also not concerned about it. It's like, I mean, you think about it, if Russia was going to declare war on all of NATO, I don't think they would send some missiles into some barren farmland. Unfortunately, cost the lives of 2 people that we know of, but it sounds more like it was an accident. So, yeah, if they were actually serious about war, it would have been a statement, not something like that. So
yeah,
I'm not concerned over it.
That makes sense. I'm just tired of all this shit. Like, I wish people could just get along. Like,
yeah, for real.
And what's annoying is like 99.9% of the world also feels that way. But it's the assholes in power that get it, like, cause bullshit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Shall we talk about video games?
Yeah, I think there's a couple, maybe some minor things to discuss today.
I'm trying to think. There's a game, like an update game that releases tomorrow. trying to think of what it is.
What is that called? I haven't heard of it.
Chat, can you help us out? There's a big, it's like a battle royale game, and then there's like a Tarkov mode.
It's like a minor update, right? Like a little minor patch, I think.
I can't. Oh, it's Warzone 2 and Minecraft.
Oh.
Cups will be playing Minecraft.
I was looking forward to that was what my stream is going to be tomorrow's Minecraft.
Yeah. I think Minecraft is probably the only game that will get you off of Fortnite. I feel like one of the few.
Yeah, me and my addiction to Fortnite is just out of control.
I'm gonna let the servers settle out. I'll be on Hello Kitty Island Adventure. So you guys can play Warzone. So yeah, a little bit later in the show, as you guys can see on the topics list, we're going to be talking about DMZ Warzone 2, which is tomorrow. So merry Warzone 2 Eve, everybody. Thanks for being here. We're going to talk a little bit first about Battlefield Season 3. There was some stuff mentioned. As I was going off the grid, some things about the future of Battlefield 2042. Talk about that. And then there's some really juicy stuff in the quick shots. So stick around. There's some really crazy stuff going on with Tarkov. Insurgency Sandstorm dropped kind of a bomb of content that's coming out really soon. And then World War III released a roadmap that was much anticipated. So those are the three things we're going to talk about in the quick shots. Lots to discuss. Let's go. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is Battlefield 2042. I'm going to do my very best not to be a cynical asshole when I talk about this game, guys. I'm really gonna try.
What are you talking about, dude? You're crazy.
Yeah, this game has frustrated me, to say the least. So I think the best way to talk about it is Battlefield Bulletin over on Twitter kind of chronicled. I see Battlefield Bulletin as kind of the Charlie Intel of Battlefield. So in the event that I'm not able to get my own news from the source, I check out this Twitter account. So if you guys are interested in Battlefield 2042, Battlefield in the future, please follow BF Bulletin over on Twitter. They do a really good job of summarizing and keeping everybody up to date on what's going on with Battlefield. So there was a developer update on November 10th, and I guess we'll kind of look over this chronological order of tweets here with everything that came out. One of the first things that's pretty interesting that could help player numbers that are struggling for Battlefield 2042, it will be introduced into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, making the game available for subscribers with EA Access. And then there's also going to be in December, there's going to be some free access periods for all platforms. So I don't know if that will help. Xbox Game Pass continues to grow, continues to be something that's really strong. So maybe for people who already have Game Pass, I don't foresee people going, holy shit, 2042's on Game Pass. I got to go buy Game Pass. I don't see that happening. but the I think millions of people with Game Pass could, since they have it, maybe check out Battlefield 2042. And it's in not a bad state for the game to, as it is, like what they sought after for designing. So people might enjoy it. So Game Pass is a big deal. I originally thought it was going to be at launch, and then in Season 3, here comes my asshole. They are finishing Manifest and Breakaway. They call them map reworks, but in my opinion, they're finishing them out. So that's going to be Manifest is going to come out right at off the rip with Season 3, and then Breakaway with update 3.2 in early 2023. So you guys can get a picture of. I'm interested to see what they do with some of these maps that already have a lot of containers on them. They're just going to add even more containers because they block out everything with containers.
Container field, man.
But yeah, Game Pass could get really crazy if the Activision Microsoft merger goes through and all the Call of Duty stuff's on there. Like,
yeah,
if you could go back and play old CODs and new CODs and stuff, Game Pass would be like super strong.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So yeah, a couple more maps getting fixed, and then this is what I want to get your opinion on, because I have what I think is going to happen. Many people, I think both of us, Buff, thought that after Season 4, 2042 was going to be put down, for lack of a better term. But during the dev update, they said, we're also excited to share that we've recently started pre-production on all new content that will come after Season 4 next year. Our work on Battlefield 2042 isn't done. So in the dev update, they said there'll be things past Season 4. What do you think of that?
I think it's good. I'm curious what it is. I think we've seen this. I mean, not only with Battlefield, I think they did it with Battlefield 5, and I mean, we see it with the older Call of Duty games too. There's usually just like whatever didn't make it, they kind of throw it all out there. So um, I think it's good. I would have everybody temper your expectations though, and not expect very much. I think you're going to get probably just all the portal weapons thrown in there, and maybe a few more things. Maybe an old map rework or something. Maybe they'll bring in Metro, something for the that's actually for the fans and actually a love letter to the fans. We'll have to see. But I mean, it's good. They're going to continue to support it. But again, I would not be expecting this game changing update to come at that point in time, because I think as we discussed, everyone's shifted to the next Battlefield, and that's where the priority is going to be. And I hope that's where it is.
Yep, I agree. I honestly think, if I had to guess, I still think they're essentially going to kill it after season 4, and I think this is another little bit of gaslighting by EA and DICE. I could foresee them. I don't know if you remember with Battlefield 5, after things kind of wound down with that game, the next summer they had a final summer update, and that's where they brought out just like, oh, like you said, it's almost like the stuff that was just left over on hard drives from developers' computers. They just cleaned it off and stuffed it in the game. They put a bunch of stuff in there, and then basically said, this is going to be the final content update. So I could see there being just one last kind of cherry on top, everything they've been working on, putting it in the game and calling it quits still.
I think so. I think that's exactly what we're going to see, to be honest.
I was going to look up the Battlefield player count on Steam. It's not great. I'll be honest. Yeah, there it is. So again, I know that this is only the Steam player numbers, but it's been dropping quite a bit. Currently only almost 2042 people playing. 2,706 people playing. It's been dropping as kind of expected. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they do add stuff. And I know this isn't everybody. There's Origin, there's the consoles and all that stuff. But I just always look at this as kind of a trend indicator, not necessarily like a be all end all. That's how many people are playing the game. But I feel like it's kind of an indicator.
You would still expect it. If this were a prime Battlefield title, you would expect it to be much higher. Like, for example, if Battlefield if we were back in the good old days of video games of 2011 and Battlefield 3 was coming out, tomorrow, you would expect, even if that was just Steam numbers, those things would be cranking through the roof. So yeah, unfortunate. Just was a dud.
And then again, guys, we get one map. As we kind of knew, they keep saying it, but people keep freaking out about it. But that's it. You're getting one new map with each season. Season 3 will feature a new, smaller, tighter infantry-focused map in a new location for Battlefield franchise, and one close to our hearts here at DICE. It sounds like it's going to be a map that takes place in Sweden. So I guess that's cool. Basically, everything you're getting rounded up for Season 3. New specialists, new map located in Sweden, 2 map reworks that we talked about, vehicle category and specialist reworks, which is really big. That's putting the specialists into the traditional class categories. A new in-game event. They also said that they're going to try to do a better job communicating what's going to happen with the new in-game event, because like we said with the Liquidators one, there was something like 38 cosmetics and only a couple of them you could get for free. The rest were to buy, and they made it sound like you were going to be able to unlock all this cool stuff for your operators. New vault weapons coming over, and new weaponry for 2042. New details later this month. They did also say, I think there needs to be a trailer. I think the battle pass in season runs out in like a week or so. So people are expecting a trailer for season 3 like any minute to get a first glimpse of the new map and stuff like that. They're fixing stuff. Marcus Leto says, I hate this stuff. He says, Battlefield folks, been heads down. Can't say what we're working on. Essentially, this is paraphrasing. He says, of course, I can't give any details, but I'm happy with how things are going. We don't care. We've heard that before. Show us something. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think that's it. And then here's the other thing. So the main things I wanted to get your take on was what you thought was going to happen after season 4, because that's kind of wild. Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And then get this. Battlefield 2042 was released 1 year ago today. All the content we've gotten: 2 maps, 4 vehicles, 5 new weapons, 8 vault weapons, 3 map finishes, 2 specialists, 1 gadget, 1 grenade.
Ugh, man, when you put it like that, Crash, I should
Whoa.
reinstall.
Whoa. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's amazing. 4 new vehicles, 5 new weapons. Just absolutely popping off with content. So yeah, if you're still playing Battlefield, Godspeed. I'm really hoping that essentially this game just teaches them what Battlefield fans want. They've been loud and saying it for a long time. I hope we can go back to a Battlefield game, because having a lot of fun with Call of Duty, having a lot of fun with Rainbow Six, Tarkov, all that stuff. But man, I just really miss having a go-to Battlefield game. Used to love that stuff. So hopefully this fixes that. They learn.
And I'll be honest, as much as I'm having fun with Call of Duty and I'm going to enjoy Warzone and DMZ and I love the gunsmithing, you know, if they just released, if Battlefield 3 came out tomorrow and it was I don't give me a copy paste of what they did, completely redone on next gen hardware, everything like that. No, I don't even need new content. Just give me the same thing with all the map packs and weapons and all that stuff. And then you bring in all the Battlefield 4 content as postseason stuff or down the road. I'd be playing that 110% of my time over Call of Duty. Like, I still, at my heart, I love Battlefield more than any game. And that I play primarily ground war and Modern Warfare now, and a little bit of Invasion here and there, just because, you know, it's the closest I can get to that. Unless I wanted to go back to Battlefield 4, which I do that every couple of weeks. I'm back on Battlefield 4. But yeah, it's tough, man, because as good as Modern Warfare is, and as good as Call of Duty always is, I have always felt historically when Battlefield's on their game, Battlefield is the better game. It never outsells Call of Duty, but it's always been the better game in my opinion. So hopefully they get back there.
Never more evident than that when it was Battlefield 1 versus Infinite Warfare. Like, I was like, that was so hype. Like, I love Battlefield was like
exactly even
so much better.
I agree, and even the like the prime for me was Battlefield 3 versus Modern Warfare 3. I remember I was in college going into my senior year over that summer, and the hype was building for that, and you would hear like everything Battlefield was doing, and you'd hear everything, you know, Call of Duty was doing for Modern Warfare 3, and it was just back and forth. And that was prime COD versus Battlefield. And you look at those games, Modern Warfare 3, I think was a good game. I never touched it until like a year later. I played through the campaign, and that was it. I had more fun than any human in the history of humans had with that game. Like, no human's ever been happier than me playing Battlefield 3, period.
Like Woodverine says, Battlefield 3 remastered with updated movement. Let's go.
Yeah, that's all. I'll pay full price and then some. That's all I want.
Take my money.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's everything going on with Battlefield. Just keeping everybody updated on it. We're still watching it to see what happens. More or less, I'm staying tuned to see what we start to hear about the next one. Incredibly tempered expectations for the next one. I pray that they bring us back to Battlefield. How it used to be. And I think that's the biggest problem, right? Like, now they're getting 2042 to their vision, and many of us, like old Battlefield fans, just aren't vibing with their vision that they started with. Like,
right. At all. That's especially when we talk with Jim. I mean, you and I were both like, man, that just, I don't know who approved this, but somebody needs to take a look in the mirror, right? Because I don't know, historically looking at Battlefield games, I don't know how they sat in a boardroom and looked at that vision. Like, I mean, you and I, we've discussed this ad nauseum, and I love going into this because it's so obvious. You ask any Battlefield player what that franchise needs, none of this near future, none of this none of these specialists. You need a gritty, modern shooter. That's it. It needs to take place today, and it needs to take place with like Battlefield 2 did. You had like Russia, China, America. They added different factions throughout the life cycle. They added different maps, different weapons for those factions. The possibilities are so endless there with with postseason support. Imagine every season there's a new faction added, new weapons added, and the season lasts maybe 4 months. You add a new faction, all those classes, those weapons, and like vehicle packs, things like that. Like the monetization is there, and the fact that they felt that they needed to go to specialists for monetization is just very concerning to me. I just don't know how that got approved when there's so many options to monetize off of content. It just blows my mind. So the solution here, Crash, is that you and I need to apply to DICE, and we need to get in that boardroom, and we need to lay down the law. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, we have upper management material written all over us. I'm pretty
Easily.
sure. Like, I mean, we're the guys for the job. We'll get it lined out.
Well, I mean, whoever approved whatever this game is, I mean, we're clearly more qualified than that. So I know you said it sarcastically, but I think we would do a much better job than what's been going on, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I at least know. I feel like what the community wants and where the game ends up. And talking to Jim like gave me so much closure. On what happened. Is that enough water?
It's only gallon 2 today. I got some more to go.
Not enough water. I got a big problem with water, and I don't know what happened. Back in college and shortly after, I was like that. I would make sure to stay hydrated. I drank a ton of water. I loved water. But over the last few years, I just stopped drinking water, and it's bad. Like, I force myself to still, but I have to consciously I'm drinking this much water today, and it used to not be a problem for me. And I don't know what happened. Is that a getting old thing? Got any WebMDers out there?
What happened? Oh man, I don't know. It's you need to chug those gallons, man. Put some
I know.
BCAAs in there or something.
I got a problem with. Oh man, bad.
I am a fellow water drinker, Jason.
I am too, but it used to come natural. Now I have to work at it. That's what I'm saying. Hey, there's water and coffee.
That's true.
It's water over beans.
Yeah, there you go. So you love water. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, never mind. I take it back. I love water. Water over beans.
Yeah, there you go.
And there's also water in bourbon. Never mind. I'm good.
You're always hydrated, Crash.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you want to talk about tomorrow? What happens tomorrow?
Yeah, let's dive into it, man. I'm ready.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific time, DMZ and Warzone 2 will go live. There are some rumblings and stuff from insiders that it could potentially go early, a couple minutes early, up to a half hour early. They were saying a half hour early. So I think that was on Insider Gaming on Tom Henderson's website.
Interesting.
So yeah, I guess the biggest question that I have for you, and I've really been wondering while I was sitting out in the woods in the middle of nowhere, I was like, I wonder what Buff thinks of DMZ after watching some gameplay. So where you at on that? Because I don't know where I am.
So here's the thing is when we were watching that gameplay, there was zero context given to us whatsoever. I was kind of expecting almost like a Call of Duty Next type thing where they kind of set us up for what's going on and they went back to the desk and kind of taught us through things with developers, but we had no context. And I was streaming the event, and I kept telling Chad, I was like, we don't know what is going on. And the other thing is, all those people that were there, I think minus 2 people, maybe Dr. Lupo and Landmark, I think they invited solely for the DMZ mode, but I think everyone there was really there primarily for Warzone. That's all they cared about. And you could tell how they were playing DMZ. They were playing it like a battle royale, and we had no context. And it sounds like they had no context according to what they were telling us during and after the fact. So I said, I think my initial reaction was, this is awesome. I like it. I can see this being really fun. It looks kind of like an Invasion Spec Ops at a larger scale with PvE, but I said, we don't have any context. We don't know what the heck's going on. And then you'd see the players pull up the map, their mini map, and it's just so much stuff going on that map. And I was just like, I don't even know where to start looking at all this. So I think after that, more information came out. There was some stuff on Twitter. Some people posted what you might have missed. And this was a Twitter post everyone was resharing. It was very long, going into in depth with things, and then we finally got the blog post about DMZ, which I wish we would have got that beforehand. I think it would have helped, looking at the gameplay with knowing something about what was happening. But um, everything I'm seeing there, I mean, it looks like the mode is much more in depth than what we saw. So I'm not really judging by the gameplay. And my initial reaction was, this looks fun, I'm going to play it. But there was so much there that we didn't see in the people that we were watching on stream. And I was watching Landmark and Lupo, and Lupo gave a brief overview of some things, but I mean, no one knew what the hell they were doing. Let's be honest. That's a mode you're going to have to. It's more complicated than just let's go in and do stuff. I think it's going to take some time to get used to and understand what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep, agreed. First, real quick, Spoo! Thank you so much, dude, for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. He says I have to say one thing nice about Tier 1, which is the new name for hardcore. Him and I notoriously go back and forth about how I hate hardcore modes and he likes them a lot. So I have to say one thing nice about hardcore. It's really nice for leveling up pistols. There, I said it. Hope you're happy. So thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah,
there you go.
I think I tweeted out as it was going on, I thought it was really funny how everyone was an expert and had all these like be all end all opinions on DMZ. Like after watching 5 minutes of gameplay with no context.
It's Plunder 2.0. Did you see that stuff going on? Like, get out of here. Please stop. What are you talking about? Come on.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it than that. And I'm with you. I really respect that, Buff. It's okay to say, I don't know yet. I need more information. I don't get it. Why everyone's like, this is bullshit, or this is ass, or this is amazing. It's the greatest thing. Like, we honestly, you don't know. And it's okay to say that sometimes, I feel like.
We knew nothing is the only, like, that's what we didn't know what the hell was going on,
Now, with that being said, I think they could have done, and while the lack of knowledge that we have now shows that they maybe could have done things a little bit differently if they wanted to. Again, I don't think the success of the game hinges on how they reveal it at this point. COD is so large, but it would have been cool for them to do like a little bit of a breakdown, maybe like an educational trailer, like this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, a little bit of blog posts. Now here's some gameplay, and it would have been really cool to kind of know what's going on. The things I saw that I liked was like the variety of things to do. There seemed to be a lot of things to do. I watched the same gameplay as you did, watching Landmark and Lupo and their squad. And there was a lot of different things to do. There were a lot of really intense moments. I'm just scared. And I made a video a couple weeks ago how I was worried about the replayability of this mode. I didn't see, and I'm not saying it's not there, I didn't see like the progression. Like in Tarkov, it's like, I need to do this so I can get better gear, so I have access to these traders. I need to get this done and level up so I can get my hideout going. I didn't see that. I still didn't see that fundamental reason, like, why do I want to play this mode? But it could be there. I'm not saying it's not there. So yeah, I'm still 50-50. I'm 50-50 on it because it's definitely nothing like Hazard Zone. Like, there's way more to it than that. The AI seems pretty strong, and it's just going to be really interesting to see what it's like. Play it a little bit and see what you get. Did you understand, like, if you extract with a gun, like, do you keep some of the stuff, or?
Yes, I love that. So if I haven't ranked up fully, and I don't have if I don't have something unlocked, right? You need to level up X weapon to unlock whatever. If I extract with that weapon that I don't have unlocked yet out of DMZ, I get it. It's unlocked permanently, and I can use it whenever. I don't need to unlock it through the weapon progression platform tree. It's unlocked, and that's another really cool thing. I mean, damn them. The thing I'm going to be doing is I have to be in DMZ first because I want my MCX Virtus, and that's all I care about. And you unlock that M13B through DMZ. We have no idea what the criteria is, what you need to do to get it, but that is my primary focus tomorrow, is to get that damn gun. And I think that's incentive right there to. It's weird because are they saying that so people play this mode just to get weapons, or what's the criteria going to be? They're going to be bringing in more weapons this time around and more platforms. So I'm kind of hoping, I don't know what the criteria is going to be to unlock this weapon in there. Probably you need to find it and extract with it. But I mean, that's pretty cool because if you see somebody with this gun, maybe it's like, oh, they did this. And, if they're just releasing, maybe these weapons are going to be harder to get in DMZ. And I think that's something that would distinguish you from the rest of the player base. And it sounded like they also said there's going to be, unlocks as far as specific blueprints, skins, stuff like that, in addition to other things. But one of the most important things I kind of took away from all this was, and I mean, Landmark reiterated it, and they said it in the blog post, was that this is still in a beta mode, and there's a lot of plans for this that they're planning on supporting, and this is going to be kind of an iterative type game. They're going to expand upon this. It sounds like they have big plans, and we don't know what that is, but it sounds like they have a lot planned for this. And I think where the game's going to be tomorrow versus where it is in a few months is potentially going to be night and day. But I do like the idea of I can get in, and if I find a gun, I can extract with it, right? That's incentive to go in, find stuff, and then get the heck out as soon as possible because you can get that gun. That's similar to how it was in Tarkov. I find some kitted out AKM, I'm out of there. So that's a pretty looking weapon.
Right. And then I get that a lot of the stuff it seemed like there wasn't that overarching reason of why to do missions and things. So there were a lot of really cool missions and they were dynamic, which I thought was really important.
Mm-hmm.
And the other cool thing was your mission can change within the raid, which is great for replayability. Like you don't know what's like different events can happen on the map. You can come across different contracts and things to do. So I think that's really cool to keep it kind of, on the edge of your seat, like not knowing what's going to happen next. It is pretty cool. But at the end of the day, say I go in, I do a bunch of contracts. I have a really good raid and I make it out with some stuff. Like, what does that do for me other than feel good to have a successful raid? And I don't see that yet. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense.
It does. I don't think we're really going to know until we get into it tomorrow, unfortunately, because there's still, even though they released the blog post and we saw the gameplay, I'll be honest, that blog post, I covered it in a video. I think you probably did too, but I don't know. I got to get in there. There's so much there. It sounds like, I don't know, I can read that blog post in a video. But to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to jump in there and be completely lost and not know what's going on. But I did like to see that a lot of the players were going in, running and gunning. I mean, to like the strongholds and black sites, and they were getting just completely bodied by the AI. So it seems to me like this is meant to be a slower mode. And I think that sounds like, from what Infinity Ward said and really what we saw with AI, that's the intent. I think you just had a bunch of high-profile Warzone streamers playing this mode. It probably wasn't the best group of people to show off the mode for, but we'll have to see. And again, how many people are actually going after the contracts? I mean, I saw a couple of people go for weapons cases, and that's really it. So I don't really know, but I know people pushing into those black sites got completely bodied. It to me, it sounds like, hey, if we're a 3 or 4 man squad, we need to communicate and go in and we need to actually assault that thing like some tier 1 operators, essentially, if we're going to get through and get the weapons or get out with the weapons case and whatever that's going to mean. But yeah, I think for the longevity, we don't know yet, but I do have high hopes. I mean, regardless, it sounds better off than Hazard Zone. And I was talking to our community buddy here, Justin, over the weekend when we were playing some games, and we were talking about Hazard Zone and then DMZ, and I was curious, because he's one of those guys that was playing Hazard Zone like crazy. So I'm very interested to see what his opinion is of DMZ after being so in love with Hazard Zone, and how much different they are and what he likes better and doesn't like. Because I never played Hazard Zone, unfortunately. This seems much more in depth, and coming from him, that's somebody that loved Hazard Zone. So how is DMZ going to compare? Obviously, I think we know it's going to be better, but I can't make that comparison. And I think also making the comparison to Tarkov is also unfair. And they even said in the blog post they're not trying to replicate anything; they're trying to be their own niche, which I like.
Yep, that's good. And there is a ton of this blog post, and if I was worth a shit as a podcast live show host, I would have read the son of a bitch. So that's on me. That's bad. That's bad journalism. Okay, that's on me. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, there's a lot here. There's a lot to it that we didn't get to see, and basically, like we said at the beginning, I kind of think making a judgment on the gameplay we saw is a little bit forward. Like that's a little. I don't think we know. Even if you say you do, I don't think you do. Because there's a lot to it that we haven't checked out yet. So, but the mechanics of it and stuff to me looked really cool. So if I find like reasons and I get some progression and stuff like in game, like if I feel accomplished when I extract and like I'm getting some good out of it, yeah, I could see sinking some time into it because I think the replayability is there with all this stuff that can happen. A lot of the mechanics I was just surprised because there were actually quite a few things like how to get into the strongholds and finding the keys, and then having like the high value targets pop up. I've seen you've seen in the trailers, I think you can go after and rescue some hostages and extract with them, extracting with the weapons case.
Yep.
So there's quite a bit of stuff to do. If there's some reasoning behind it, and like you said, there could be a lot to do with it. What do you think? That's the other big question I have for you. What did you think that the whole thing about coming out a day later and saying, "Oh wait, this is a beta"? Wasn't that kind of weird? Like I get it, but it was like it's kind of like out of nowhere. I thought, is that an excuse?
No, you see, I saw the post. I'm glad you brought that up because I saw those posts, and I initially went back to what we heard Tom Henderson say, Ralph, and others in the community saying it was going to release in a beta. This is months ago at this point. And then the next day, they come out with that information. I think the post and that it was a beta. There you go. And everyone's like, "Oh, you think they reverted it back to a beta because of the negative reaction?" I mean, that's just ridiculous. It was. I think it was always obviously meant to be a beta, and a beta is, for those of you that aren't like, you have alpha states of development projects, you have beta states, and then you have production states, which is like finish. Production is like your finished product essentially. Beta just means they still plan on adding a lot of mechanics to this over time, and they're testing the waters and need a larger player group to really get more feedback as to what works and what doesn't work. To say that there was negative reaction, so they turned it back into a beta, is that's just not how development cycles work. So I think it was always meant to be that, but I think, didn't they announce at the same time we got the blog post that same day? So, no, I guess it was just coincidence. I think they should have released the blog post and all that stuff prior to the event. Unfortunately, they just did the opposite.
Yeah, I wish they would have said that. That it just made people. I think people are just getting really gun shy of like AAA studios and betas and early access and all that stuff. I think people are just really like, those are like things like early access, beta, and live service are like trigger words for people now. I feel like
yeah.
So I don't think too much of it. I expected it to change and stuff as we went on. I think the timing of it could have been a little bit better.
Right.
Real quick, is there? I don't know if anything's going on with your internet. Your connection was kind of, your audio was cutting a little bit. I don't.
I'm testing it right now to see, because I can see my video is super blurry. Is my audio still cutting? That's not good.
Just a tiny bit. It's not too bad. Then,
like my up seems good, or my download seems good, so it should be okay.
I need that upload.
Right now, yeah, I think.
We'll
see.
So
I know. We'll see.
Let's see. The next thing I wanted to talk about was I think I'm pretty impressed with the amount of content for season 1. There's a season 1 roadmap. I pulled it up. There's quite a bit there. Beyond like DMZ, and I feel like coming out with Warzone 2 and DMZ would have been like enough. And of course they're gonna have a battle pass. Gotta get the money that way. But the stuff that they're adding with the new vehicles is cool. That's part of it. But they're adding, even Modern Warfare 2 is getting some new stuff already just a few weeks after launch. A new co-op mission. The in-season raids are coming. CDL Mosh Pit leading into ranked. 2 new maps, Shoot House and Shipment. So another great place to level up guns along with tier 1 or quote unquote hardcore. That's coming in. Along with Warzone 2, there's a new gulag, and I kind of forgot about this. I read it in the blog post. That's going to be really interesting because you guys can see on there in the left side they're adding proximity chat, and it says like you're going to get a random teammate in the gulag and you can talk to him in proximity chat. I'm sure you're going to meet some wonderful people and they're not going to be toxic at all. But one mechanic that I thought was really interesting was there's going to be a jailer in the middle of the gulag on a like a turret, and if all 4 people like talk it out and agree to kill the jailer, everyone gets to come back.
Yeah, I love that. Like, so how many people? That's really cool, right? All right, let's all just live.
Yeah, it kind of it's like making the gulag its own like mini game. It's pretty wild.
And then, yeah, I'm just curious how many people are actually going to do that, given how toxic the community is. It's, you know,
I think we'll see. I think it's a pretty small percentage.
Yeah.
And then I also had forgot about the interrogation of someone's down to interrogate him, kind of like Caveira does in Rainbow Six to see where their enemies are. The battle pass looked absolutely wild. Did you see the battle pass?
Yeah, I mean that's another one I'm super confused and can't digest everything. That's one you're gonna have to get hands on. I mean, it's so different, which I love. Excuse me. I'm glad they didn't go with the same thing we've seen the past 3 years. I'm glad they're switching it up, and you can choose which route you want to go with. That way, if I want to unlock, like a Milsim skin that's later in the battle pass, I can just do it quicker. So I like that a lot. But if I'm going to sit here and pretend I'm an expert on how that's going to work, I'm going to be honest, I have no freaking clue. That's what I'm going to have to get in there and play with it and figure it out on the fly, because the blog post they did today kind of outlined it, and it sounds pretty straightforward. But again, I mean, it's so different. I feel like it's one you got to get hands on with. But I do like the freedom of choice with this. That I really do like that. You have a bunch of weapons, blueprints. That way you can go after what you want and stay away from stuff you necessarily don't want or are not interested in.
Yep. Everyone who's watched this show knows how I feel about battle passes. I think they're a huge scam and I hate them, but I think we'll see how it plays, but I think this is a step in the right direction, because what I hated about battle passes is you bought them and you had to grind them. And if there's something that you wanted later on, you had to keep playing it. Sorry for the parking. My wife's home.
It's okay.
This is a terrible show. I don't know why you guys are here, but thanks for watching. You can pick what you want. You pick a sector, unlock those things in the sector. You get like I think there's 5 items in a sector, like 4 lesser ones, and then a high value target one that you get. Someone mentioned it was similar to kind of how Fortnite does it now with unlock tokens. So I thought you would know a lot more about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can drop that video later tonight if you guys want to see the Fortnite Battle Pass stuff. I mean, just say the word and it'll be out.
Wouldn't it be funny if you had like a secret BuffNerd Gaming 2 channel that was just all Fortnite all the time and we didn't know
just some completely opposite name of a channel where I change my voice and I'm really secretly just a Fortnite pro? Could be.
What if it's true? Everyone go search for it. It could be out there.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. So there's the battle pass. Again, similar to the UI and the weapon unlock stuff, it's very complicated, and we just have to get into it and try to learn how it works. There's a lot of complicated stuff in the game, I feel like.
I'm here for it though. I like it, man. Usually they spoon feed us like little children, so to have to think. I mean, I'll be honest, when I was playing Tarkov, I became like a financial expert. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy. I like where they're going with this. I like the idea. I like having to actually think and like figure stuff out again.
Where are you at on the weapons? So the M13B, you're the resident Call of Duty weapon expert. And is that going to be exclusively unlocked in DMZ?
That's what it sounds like based on that blog post. That's what I'm really curious about is, and I'm curious, maybe there's two ways to unlock it, like one in MP, one in DMZ, but that's the first weapon I'm going to look at what the criteria is, and that's really what I want to focus on because, man, I love that gun. I'm pumped for the M13. And then the other ones we have there are the M13 is the 6-hour MCX Virtus SBR short barrel rifle. The other one there on the top right, I don't even know what the in-game name is, but that's the 6-hour MPX. That's the submachine gun version, firing 9x19 Parabellum, whereas the Virtus fires 5.56x45 NATO, and then you have the AW50, which is firing 50 BMG, that sniper rifle. And that thing, it looks like some of the, I know a lot of people were asking, like, there's some attachments that don't have unlock criteria in the game right now, and one of those is the very last sniper scope, which has the rangefinder, and it's like that. I don't know what the zoom is. It's like the max zoom, the largest zoom you have, very large sniper glint rangefinder, and it's got the drop indicator as to where you need to what mil marker you need to adjust for, and it looks like that's going to be an unlock on this weapon. So I'm pumped for that, and I think I saw a store bundle where it's already on the weapon. So maybe I'll be hitting some super long shots tomorrow. Who knows?
Whoa. Are you going to stream tomorrow when it goes live?
I mean, yeah, that's the plan. But given all the technical issues I've had, we'll see if it lasts, man. I'm still just like full transparency, not to go way off topic here, but I currently have two PS5s that I picked another one up yesterday. I'm troubleshooting stuff because the exact same issues I was having happened with the brand new one, and Discord was like, switch HDMI cables, plug into a TV instead of the older monitor I was using. And I did a bunch of stuff and like switched some settings around, and it like seemed like it was working well on the TV yesterday, but I don't know, man. Damn. I gotta figure that out tonight, and then I gotta hope. Ideally, if I don't need to send one of these in to get repaired, I'll be selling a PS5. So maybe we'll do a giveaway. Who knows? But yes, I would like to stream. Yeah, I would like to stream, but it's been since I moved, it's kind of been like an uphill battle with tech problems. So we'll see.
I love tech problems. What the Chimera AR at the bottom right in season, is that Honey Badger?
Yeah, it's the Q Honey Badger. It's like a mix between the AAC and the Q. But yeah, it is a Honey Badger, and it's gonna fire that 300 blackout, which should be interesting because I can't confirm it until we get in tomorrow, but I did hear some rumors that the M13B, the Virtus, may potentially have that blackout conversion as well. So I'm curious to get in the gunsmith and see these. But yeah, the Q Honey Badger in season, so that'll probably be our mid-season update weapon, most likely.
Cool. I like that in Call of Duty Ghost, I think.
Yep, you got it.
I went back and played Ghost because when I started playing COD was after that, and everybody talked about how terrible Ghost was. So I went back and played it just to see when it was on sale, and I don't know, I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed the single player quite a bit. I never played online because I went back a while after. That was unfortunately the time where I was like Modern Warfare 3, I was all about Battlefield 3. Ghost, I was all about Battlefield 4, so I missed that bit of the train.
I get you. Yeah, I didn't play it very much. I just went back to see like what's all the hate about. And yeah. So the four new weapons, and essentially, which is almost as many ARs as Battlefield released with. So cool. Why am I like that? I gotta take like the little jabs.
It's like we both can't help it. It's just like we're set. They set us up for it. To be honest, it's really their fault. So
I don't know why I gotta be like that. So yeah, are you? I know we've talked a lot about DMZ. Are you excited at all for Warzone 2.0?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I definitely want to put a good time in the DMZ, but I'll probably jump in to Warzone right off the bat quick and play it. I remember my very first original Warzone game, I solo trioed for a second place with 12 kills, which was pretty fun. So I'm excited, man. The map looks awesome. I have some ideas for weapons I'm going to use. I don't have it. I'm not even close to having everything unlocked or leveled up, but I have some that I'm excited to get in there and play with.
Cool. Yeah, I am too. Um, I've been having so much fun with S&D. I'm I'm a little bit sad. I feel like it's going to be harder to get a full crew of folks to get together and play Search and Destroy because everybody's going to be over on Warzone.
Yeah.
I still want to keep up playing S&D. It's been so much fun lately. I think we only lost one game last night, and that was when many of us had too much bourbon. We were having some really good matches. But yeah, I'm excited to try it. I think from what I've seen, the Al Mazrah map looks pretty good.
hmm
Like a lot of topography, a lot of varying stuff. Definitely better than Caldera. I feel like Caldera was just a volcano and some shit around it.
In lack, it was like they worked with Dice to just come out with no cover areas on the entire map. Then you have
Yeah.
World War II weapons that are just beaming with no recoil and there's zero cover. It was a lot of fun. Some of the most fun I've had in that game.
Yep. So I'm excited to get back in there. I think everybody should be kind of excited to get back into it because I remember when Warzone released, it was like so much fun off the rip. Just basically what I'm saying is, guys, this is boomer talk. Get in there and enjoy it before everybody figures out the best spots to hold and the meta guns and everything to build like that. The games like this are so much fun. Like when people don't know what's going on and it's kind of like a free for all. So I think the next few days and into the weekend could be a lot of fun to be had with Warzone 2. And just kind of learning stuff. The new like we talked about, the new Gulag is going to be like its own mini game. It's going to be, there's new stuff. The circle's like splitting and then merging at the end is something we haven't seen in a BR. There's going to be AI combatants, which is new. Loadouts work a little bit differently, and just a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah, the loadout thing is going to be crazy. That's going to be interesting for sure. I like that a lot. But again, this is something where it's so different from what we've seen previously. We're gonna have to get our hands on it to really see what it's like. I'm excited though, but I do agree. Enjoy the first couple weeks to month or two of this, and I personally, hot take, I wish when they did patches, they didn't give any patch notes for weapons. I wish they just said, hey, we changed some shit, figure it out, and then left it to you guys to figure it out. And
that would actually
be like cool. It'd be way better, right? I mean,
yeah, I get both sides of it because then people would be frustrated because they, if there's a gun that needs buffed and then they buff it, like everyone's like happy and not bitching about it for a little bit. I stress just a little bit. People always find something to bitch about.
Yeah, it's always something.
But yeah, it would be cool if they're like, we changed some shit and then you figure it out. Because every time you're exactly right. We buff this, so then everyone tries it. Oh, it's meta now, and everybody makes videos and it's all over Twitter and try this loadout. And yeah, the things that I'm excited about with Warzone 2.0 that are different that I mentioned beyond what I mentioned before, that they're talking about is the water combat. I've used that a little bit in Search and Destroy on the hydroelectric dam map. There's some really cool flanks you can do. You can take a deagle and shoot underwater, and other people try to flank you. You can meet them underwater. If you have a pistol, you can shoot underwater. There's going to be boats and stuff like that. So just like, there's a lot of new stuff that's going to be basically in this. The new vehicle mechanics too, like being able to lean out of vehicles and stuff is awesome. There's some of the best PUBG players. If you watch them, they can drive around like in the Jeeps and stuff in PUBG, turn the engine off to where it's quiet, switch seats and do like drive-bys on people and then switch back. So, I mean, but you're going to be able to do that essentially in this game now, but you'll be able to lean out windows, jump out on the roof, do all kinds of different stuff. So it's just, and I think one of the reasons we liked Battlefield so much is because it was like, at the time it was the sandbox game, but I feel like this is starting to be the sandbox game with all these different things that you can do and multitude of different ways you can play and new mechanics that it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
This is like the new sandbox game.
It is, yeah. And I mean, this in DMZ, it's almost like there's going to be a new experience every time, especially with the 3 circles. I mean, that's going to, everyone would complain. And I'm just thinking about Verdansk because, Caldera was just anywhere the circle was horrible regardless. But Verdansk, it ends at airport or it ended at Gulag. People would complain about. I mean, sometimes you get really bad circles, but the problem, you had to kind of read where the circle would go or get the contracts and try and get, the right positioning. Um, to get, if it was going to end Gulag, you wanted to be in the very top of Gulag, or you wanted to have high ground on the airport or in the tower, etc. So now that there's 3 circles, I don't know if that's going to happen every time or if it's just once in a while, but 3 circles, it's making you fight as those circles merge together. It's going to make for some pretty crazy end game scenarios.
Agreed. I'm just kind of excited. Like I wasn't excited. I wasn't excited at the start of this program. But now talking about it, like I'm pretty excited to try it tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah, so there you go. I feel like if I talk about anything, I can like hype myself up for anything. I should do that when I go to the dentist. I have to go to the dentist Thursday. We should start talking about dentist patch notes in season 1 of getting your teeth cleaned, and then I'll get excited about it. Not looking forward to that. But yeah, the new maps and everything. There's a lot of stuff. It's just gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a special time, as far as games go, because there's gonna be so many people playing it. And like we said, for the first few days, the first week or two, people are not going to know what the hell's going on, and it's going to be the most fun. So just embrace it, enjoy it. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited, man, and I hope I don't have any goofy tech issues tomorrow. I can actually enjoy it because, man, OG Verdansk. I mean, a lot of people know me for like my conversion videos and stuff, but Verdansk, when we got the Battle Royale, opened up like a whole thing of like tactical weapons, Warzone weapons that I would do and walk through solo wins with these obscure off meta weapons. I did that one like best DMR build video where I made marksman rifles out of like the M4 to the SR25, made the Mark 20. I forgot what I wanted. I turned the FAL into. I just did some crazy stuff, and it was just so fun to get in there. And those were the early days. I had some crazy games with just that M4 SOCOM build that I made into the SR25. Just a lot of fun going in there, wrecking with the SCAR. And then once we hit like, I think it was like whenever the Growl came out, it just started getting a little crazy. But man, those early days was where it was at. I had so much fun in there. I had some buddies that were tripping a little bit, and I was carrying them to wins. It was good stuff.
Yep. So I hope you and everyone else can make some new memories like that. I have some memories like that. I mean, it was like when the pandemic hit, so like everybody was playing it. Everybody was staying at home and just playing Warzone together. And those early days,
like all day, man. I would finish work. I would get on work early, and so I could finish early, and it'd be like 2 or 3. So I'd be up at like 6 o'clock on work, so I could clock out early. And me and my buddies would like start cracking beers and playing Warzone. It was so fun, man. Those are good days. Good days.
It was awesome. So I'm hoping there's some new memories made like that starting tomorrow. And yeah, is there anything else you want to say about Warzone 2 before we get into the quick shots?
Don't be one of those people that runs a VLK on your weapons unless it's a Russian weapon. That's all I gotta say.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Honestly, right now I would drink to anything.
I bet you will. I bet. I got my gallon here, man. I'll do whatever. Oh, the sex bots are here. They agree with the VLK stuff too.
Oh, they love it.
They do. You silly sex bots. I was wondering when you guys would come.
Yeah. So if anybody's interested in that, there you go. New AI dating for all tastes and ages. I mean, everybody's into that. Oh, now it messed up my scrolling. I got to do this. I hope they're happy. The sex bots ruin everything. Dang
it counts as more views and boosts our interaction.
Yeah, the chat rate. Maybe I'll just keep letting them talk next time. I'm just sad that the podcast listeners miss out on it. I mean, some of you guys. I'm not saying anything. Okay, I'm not making any presumptions, but some people who watch the program might be interested in what they have to say.
Maybe
I don't know.
I just have to say, Chase made a comment. Everyone's gonna be running the BLK. It was really funny. Watching some of those guys, like first game of Warzone dropping last week, just putting VLKs on everything. I was like, you sons of bitches, come on! It's like your first game. Use an LCAN like a man. Come on.
I'm gonna
Killing
do
me.
it. I don't even know if I have that unlocked. That's been my problem. I've been using like my favorite stuff, so I haven't been unlocking that much because I've been wanting to win search and destroy matches. I'm a bad
Dude,
person.
that's the downside is like I'll be playing a little bit and I'll just be like with my squad, I'm like, sorry guys, like I'm completely useless because I'm leveling up this horrible weapon I'll never use after I max it out. Just like,
I'll
sorry,
try
I
it.
can't contribute at all.
I'm the exact same way. Like I'll start out and I'm like, I'm gonna level up the pistol. We're gonna play search and destroy. It's no problem. And then we get down like 3 rounds and they start talking shit in the lobby. And I'm like, nope, can't do it. I get the AK back out and we go. But yeah, I'm too competitive to do that stuff. So we'll see. I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage.
I need to ask you, what are you playing first, Warzone or DMZ? And what are you going for the battle pass? What are you looking forward to the most for tomorrow?
I will probably, as soon as I get off work, try a raid at DMZ just to see what the heck there is. But I usually play with friend of the program, Beast Mode Boone, and my buddy, his dad, the Hillbilly Man. So we're probably gonna hit some Warzone, pretty hardcore on stream, and then on Twitch, and then later on that night, the old men are gonna get on and probably play some more Warzone. I feel like I'm gonna try like DMZ out like after work and off stream and over lunch and stuff like that. But then when I'm playing with friends, I think everybody will probably want to play Warzone too. So I kind of play where the friends go. So probably more Warzone 2 on stream, but I'm gonna see. I'm definitely gonna dip my toes in the DMZ and figure out what it's all about and see if I can find some fun stuff to do in there.
Hell yeah.
Because proximity chat in that's gonna be pretty cool. So
oh man.
And I think it'll be a great mode too for people wanting to explore the map without having to play the BR. And it's gonna be a great way to level weapons too. It's like if you to be able to shoot all those AI and stuff like that. So there's gonna be stuff to do in DMZ. I'm talking myself into it.
Proxy chat's about to be super toxic though.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun streaming. I don't want to shut it off because I love talking shit. Like good spirited shit talk has a place, you know? Like it's fun.
Right. But when you're like a toxic dick like the majority of the community is,
well,
it's just annoying.
These little CDL edgelord kids for their TikTok views, like they just instantly devolve into like racial slurs and stuff like that.
It's
so it's so brainless. And I know. I like intelligent banter and shit talk back and forth.
Yeah, I remember like in OG Modern Warfare 2, you actually would shit talk, and now it's just like I'm gonna call you a racist name and call you dumb. It's like, dude, you wouldn't have lasted 2 seconds back in 09. The shit we were talking back then.
Yeah, I love the example of like the shit talk I like is I got a kill. I picked up somebody else's shotgun and I was hiding on the bomb because I had the diffuser in front of me. And the 2 people tried to get it, so I clutched a 1v2. And they're like, in the lobby, they're like, imagine sitting in a corner with a shotgun for a 1v2. And I'm like, dude, I don't have to imagine. I did it. And then they don't know what to say. Like, just like quick comebacks like that and making people like not able to pop back at you. It's like so
how does brain function with no education? Come back to racist joke. Don't know. Malfunction.
But I wish people could be better, and DMZ proxy chat would be fun. But all right,
yeah, at least, and then we'll move on here. At least in Tarkov, I can be like, "Hey, man, I'm friendly." He'll be like, "Dude, I'm friendly too," and then shoot me in the face. He's not like calling me names and stuff. At least he's pretending to be my friend. Okay, that's the difference.
Yeah, there has to be in Tarkov. There's shit going on. So there's gonna be substance to your talk, like your interaction. You either got somebody that's trying to betray you, or somebody that's actually gonna help you, and you got to figure it out. I don't feel like Call of Duty proximity chat's gonna be quite on that intellectual level. I'm not saying it. I'm not doing sweeping generalizations about the player bases. Okay, I'm just saying there's some facts and there's some truths out there. And let's all just think about what we're saying on prox chat. Let's try to have some fun out there.
Exactly.
So, okay. Quick shot time, right?
I'm ready, man. Let's do it.
All right. The first one I want to talk about is I feel like it's feast or famine with with FPS news. If this was like the summertime, this would definitely be its own topic. We would be excited about it, talking about it a bunch, and playing it quite a bit. Insurgency Sandstorm, really awesome game.
Yeah.
It's having apparently a really big update, kind of out of nowhere. They've been teasing it over on their Twitter. You guys can see quite a bit of this stuff. A new budget antiquing co-op game where you're fighting waves of AI with like budget crappy guns together. A bunch of new, really cool looking skins. Insurgency is coming to Game Pass too, so it's going to get a lot more players, which is great.
Nice.
New RPK skins. The new M60 LMG. Lots of stuff, man. Like, and the other thing I see on here, I don't know if you see it. It shows Operation Livewire is the name of it with the free update. That guy's defusing a bomb. Okay, he's defusing an IED on that. Are we getting like a search and destroy mode in Insurgency? Probably not, but I'm excited about the possibility of that because it would be pretty cool.
Could be, man. I mean, that'd be fun. That'd be awesome. But if you go, I mean, they should have a link there to like the actual page for it.
Production team's all over it, dude. What do you mean?
Dude, nailing it. Okay. There is a lot in this update. Like when you scroll through that, half of it's still redacted. So that we're gonna get more information. We got some today. We're gonna get more tomorrow, and then the 17th when it launches. But like they're doing whole map, like lighting reworks and stuff. There's a lot here, but I mean, I just have to. I posted on my Instagram story last night. I was like, those sons of bitches, like those bastards, bringing in the M60 E6, that beautiful Echo 6 that I've been wanting forever. And the day after Warzone and DMZ comes out, they're releasing the like I like if they knew what was going to get me back, that was it, man. Not that I left that game because I love this game to death and will play it forever. But you know, if there was anything that was going to make me not play Warzone and DMZ the day after release, it's that Echo 6 that I'm going to go in there and bust some heads with. And
that's what I'm saying, man. Like it's feast or famine. Like we were in. Yeah. I guess we could start calling it the off season. Like in the summer, we're like, man, there's nothing to do. We're trying to make up bullshit to talk about. And now it's like the freaking there's new LMGs coming in Insurgency and it's in a freaking quick shot.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So much content, man. Like you can scroll through that. I was scrolling through that page forever and I was like, holy crap, there's so much here. New skins look awesome. I mean, Insurgency, their updates are always, I've never seen a bad update from them. They always crush it. This one is huge. And dude, I love Insurgency. If I hope they continue to support this game for a long time, because this game is one of my favorite games. I think of FPS games that I've ever played. This is some of the most fun I've had when you get in there with a squad and you have a good team doing some stuff. Like it's a blast. But yeah, you can see all the lighting reworks they did to the night maps. Like it's wild, man. It's gonna be, and they redid some of the MVG stuff. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited.
The lighting looks really cool. This would be a game that would be really cool to update to Unreal Engine 5 because I think it's in Unreal 4.
I'm excited, dude. Whenever the next Insurgency comes out, whatever that's on, I mean, this I never played the original Insurgency, but I'm in love with this game. This is one of those games that, as long as they're supporting it and coming out with new games, I'll play this thing forever. This is a great game.
Yep, it does. They do a good job. It has some of the best audio of any shooter right up there with Hunt Showdown. I feel like the audio is insane.
Yeah, and I think the gameplay, the mechanics and stuff, how slow and the weight system. Like if you're packing heavy armor and stuff, it's just, I can't say enough good things about this game. It's great.
So yeah, that's launching November 17th. So literally the day after Warzone. Thanks, guys.
How dare they?
The thing is, like the developers and stuff are probably working so hard on their game they didn't really think about like planning around other stuff. But I mean, think about the kids, man.
I think it's a brilliant move just because if you're someone that's played Sandstorm and has ever had any sort of fun playing it, like that update's gonna bring you back. I feel like I'm 100% logging in on Thursday and checking out some of these weapons and playing some games with some buddies. So I think they made this. I think they did this they made a calculated decision as to when they were going to release this. So
I don't know. I think I'm gonna disagree with you, Buff. How about that?
We'll see.
I think they just had it planned for a really long time. And this one it lined up. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, regardless, I just wanna play with my new Echo 6 toy, and I'll be happy.
I think they did it on purpose to make you squirm and try to decide what you're gonna play.
They're like, that Buff guy was asking us to marry us on Twitter and stuff, and said he wanted an M60. So we're just gonna throw this out there, peak Call of Duty season, and see if he's still biting. Exactly. They did. I asked them to marry me on Twitter, and they said yes. So, just saying.
Boom.
Not saying they like me more than anybody else, but I'm just saying. I didn't say it. I'm just.
You didn't say it, but you said it.
Maybe. I don't know. Did I?
I don't know. We'll have to look at the replay. Yeah. So 2 more quick shots. I think that summarizes that. Pretty excited, and we'll definitely be checking it out. I still have it installed. I check it out from time to time. Great game. If Warzone's not your jam, want something a little bit more hardcore, great game. I want to show you something funny.
I'm ready. Is it the animal attack of the week or
no? It's a video that I posted.
Nice. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm so okay. If I fooled any of you that like of my wonderful viewers whom I love so much, and people of this program, if I fooled you, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to see what would happen. I hit this nutty clip, man. On Wars, like this insane flick in Search and Destroy, and I trolled so hard on Twitter. I posted it on Twitter, and I said, I said the aim assist is so strong in this game, and people actually thought it was because of aim assist. And if that was one of you guys listening, I love you to death. I'm so sorry, but like, it was pretty funny that people were thinking that it was actually aim assist that did that. But I hit a nutty flick, man. Like, podcast listeners, I'm sorry, but like,
that's disgusting. I wish my aim assist worked like that. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's my aim assist story. I appreciate aim assist. Thank you so much for your service.
So, Crash, how much did you pay for the Cronus Max is the real question, huh? Just admit it.
3 easy payments of $15.92.
There you go.
69. Okay, so then sorry. I just like talking about aim assist and shit. That was so funny because I trolled some people and I got them.
Love it.
So the next thing happens to be a quick shot. Escape from Tarkov. Okay, a game we haven't talked about in quite a while. Another game that's near and dear to our heart as first-person shooter enthusiasts. Streets of Tarkov. It's been a meme in the Tarkov community for a long time. Streets any day now. It's been teased what seems like forever. Nikita said in an interview with Pestily that it is still coming by the end of the year. So if you do the math on that, there's not a lot of 2022 left. So Streets of Tarkov is coming soon. I said some other things about a wipe, a new boss. He said in the past he eventually wants like 5 or 6 new bosses on the Streets map. But the first iteration of Streets should be coming in the next couple months. So that's a really big deal for Tarkov. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to Streets. I hope it works okay.
Yeah, I remember watching like Shroud react to the initial trailer. Like, man, how long ago? It was like 2 years ago, or I don't know when it was at this point. Time since the pandemic is time's made up anyway, so it is what it is. But I don't know when in this fallacy of what we call time that was. So
where are you trying to go with this podcast?
it's been Crash, are you familiar with the theory of relative? No. I don't know when it was, but yeah, we've been waiting for Streets forever. The trailers and everything looked amazing for this, so I'm pumped. I mean, dude, the what I used to do when I was in the office with like my 3 monitors is I'd have like some Tarkov stuff going on one screen of my 3 while I did work on the other. and like just to always watch it was so fun. So I'm excited to watch some good. I still watch a lot of Tarkov content, but the content for Tarkov's so fun to watch. It's more fun to watch than to play, because when you play it, it crushes your soul and makes you rethink your life. But I'm excited to watch some streets.
I still like it and want to check it out. I'm a little bit sad. I don't know if this is going to make sense. I'm a little bit sad that there's a wipe coming with streets.
Yeah,
because I would like people just to be able to just go into streets and explore it. It's going to be really cool to have a new map in Tarkov. It's going to add to that replayability, that unpredictability of the game is going to be back from some of the early Tarkov stuff. It's gonna be a little bit frustrating to me that if you do want to play Tarkov on this new wipe and check out the new map, you're gonna have to decide, well, I would like to go play the new map, but I still have to kill some more scabs on customs and get the pocket watch so I can unlock traders. Like, you're going to be having to do the same task that you've done so many times to be able to unlock stuff. And there's this new map that you're like going to want to be playing with. So I wish they would have put streets in a little bit at the end of this wipe so people could just go into it and have fun and explore and mess around on it. I'm a little bit sad that you're going to have to decide, do you want to go check out the new map, or do you want to get back to the same old tasks and get your hideout and your traders unlocked and all that stuff. So I'm a little bit bummed about that. I'm also incredibly.
That's how it was with kind of the expansions, right? Those like lighthouse expansions, stuff like that. Everyone was just, it's tough.
Yep. I'm also scared on how this is going to run. They worked on it a long time, and they teased it a long time. And the last several times they've said it's been not really delayed because they never gave a date and then delayed it, but it's been kind of talked about. The reason it hasn't come out sooner is because of performance issues. Lighthouse map came out with some pretty significant performance issues, so I am a little bit worried on how this is going to run and some of the bugs and stuff that are going to be in a map that's this intricate. But you got to give it to Battlestate though. Like, the stuff that they do is so ambitious. They put so much into this stuff. The level of detail that's going to be in these maps and in the gameplay is just silly. So that's the price you pay. I think there's probably going to be some performance issues. There's probably going to be quite a few bugs, but it's going to be pretty neat to check out.
But they do a really good job of fixing those bugs. And like you said it, the detail in that game is just unmatched. And if you, unless you're looking at like a MMORPG or something, maybe you have more. But like the detail and attention to detail, the amount of like customization is just insane in this game. So. Yeah, I'm pumped to watch it. I hope it goes smoothly. I may need to be upgrading some stuff here so I can get my hands on it again. But go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and still in the back of my mind with Tarkov is Arena.
I thought that was originally supposed to come this year too, is what I thought we discussed originally, but I guess it was kind of left TBD. I thought everyone was theorizing like October at the time, but
they said some of the first internal testing, like closed play testing, was this fall, and but we didn't know like if it was going to be creators and they were going to get to stream it, we would get to see it. So yeah, it's still, it's like anything with Battlestate. They talk about it and then they'll eventually get there, but sometimes the waiting can be frustrating because I'm pretty excited about Arena too.
I would, I like and dislike it, right? Because when you tease something and then you don't say anything about it for a long time, and then it's like, boom, it's here. That's good. But when you tease something and it's radio silent for more than extended period of time without a little bit more breadcrumbs, it can be frustrating. But I hope they come out with a slam dunk, and it'd be worth the wait for sure.
So, yep, that's what's going on with Tarkov. A new big patch. Generally, these happen. So I'm just going off in the past, usually around Christmas time. So we're probably a month and a half, 2 months out. Christmas isn't that far away. Like a month and 10 days. Holy shit. So yeah, probably that's usually when you can expect that. They usually do a wipe around Christmas time. That's when everybody's kind of guessing. There's nothing official. That was me talking out of my butt, but there you go. All right. Are you ready for the last quick shot of the evening? Boom. World War III. Boom. It's a game that many of us have been following for what seems like forever. The general consensus around the game has been, I don't know why I have a radio voice now, has been that it needs more content. Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, everyone watching around the world, it looks like content is what's coming to World War III. Finally, we're going to get to see some new content in the game starting in December. I hope it's enough. The game has an incredible foundation after all these years of development, trial and error. Here we are. But yeah, you can see they finally had a roadmap come out with new maps, and yeah, pretty cool. You can see on there new maps, seasonal content, new modes, limited time modes, gameplay features, quality of life improvements.
Mm-hmm.
They put out a gunplay trailer that was really cool. That I'll probably play here in a minute. And then I think it was someone in my Discord. It might have been Woodverine. Yeah, Woodverine. Shout out, man. I really appreciate the folks in my Discord that help come up with stuff for the scope. Appreciate you guys. He keeps up to date really well with World War III, and also hopefully we can have one of the best, if not the best, World War III creator, Blue the Robot, come on. I think we're gonna maybe try to schedule him for December when this content starts dropping to come talk about the game some more, because he is the world's foremost expert on World War III. So hopefully we can get him back on the show to talk about some of that stuff. But basically what Woodverine says, we can deduce, what's he say? The season 1 of South Korea versus China will be the South Korea Daewoo K2C1 and the QBZ-95 from China, and the new map will be the DMZ, ironically, the actual Korean demilitarized zone map that has been teased a little bit. Looks similar to a woodsy style map. And then he says season 2, one of the weapons he said he saw in the trailer with Japan versus China would be a Japanese rifle, the Howa Type 89, and probably the Tokyo map. So in some of the trailers, we have seen a Tokyo map with skyscrapers and billboards and advertisements that were in Japanese. So you kind of expect like the Korean DMZ map with December, and then the next March could potentially be that. And that comes from his observation. So Woodgreen, thank you so much for keeping us up to date in my Discord on that stuff. So that's kind of what we can think. We'll get some more information later on in December, and hopefully chat with Blue the Robot a little bit about what's coming up with that game.
Definitely, man. I've always loved World War III. We've talked about it so much on this channel. It's one of those games that we're just always watching no matter what. So It's good to see they finally came out with some content, because last time we had Blue on, it was radio silent for quite a while. So
yep. So, but that I saw this gunplay trailer and like all the weapon conversions and stuff they had in the trailer, and I thought of you when they played this, because it's pretty cool to see all the stuff you can do with the guns in that game. Really cool.
I love the customization there.
We're rooting for it. Yeah, thanks Space. Everyone's trying to get the likes up to 69. One day again, I will get 69 likes on my stream, and then we'll promptly end the stream so it ends at 69 likes. So yeah, World War III is getting new stuff. I think that's it. That's what I had to talk about. We'll get more information for you guys a little bit later on that.
Now, but as we're getting into the Q&A and you guys are putting questions in the chat for us, do we know what? I didn't even look in the blog post. I've been so busy today. What time is season 1 actually launching? Like, is season 1 and everything launching at 10 Pacific and 1 EST, or is season 1 coming before? I didn't look to see if anybody in chat could help us out with that, if anyone saw the release time. I'm assuming it's all coming out at once, but
I think it is.
Not? Okay, that's what I figured. I was just curious.
Let me see.
I didn't even look at this point, but maybe if someone had checked it out and knows, because they used to do that thing where they would release the season the night before, but it seems, with such a big update, it makes more sense that they do it all together.
Let me get the production team on it just a little bit here. I did say something nice about Tier 1. I said it's really good for leveling up pistols. So there you go.
I'm gonna play Tier 1, but I'm not gonna lie, I do, even though it's like the same thing basically, but I did really love realism mode, so I kind of hope I'll just have to play Tier 1, but I did like realism a lot, but we did a lot of hardcore in the custom games with the community, and it was a lot of fun, so I'm gonna play regardless.
Yeah, from everything I see, it's gonna be it all comes out at the same time, noon my
Okay.
time for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude,
So that'll be
I
good.
I really hope they come out with some metrics on like how many people are playing. I'm just curious. It's gonna be a metric shitload of people playing the game.
I'm
Yeah,
not expecting the servers to be very stable for at least like an hour or two in, probably, because that's. Did you play Warzone day one, Crash? Because I remember like
I
I
can't even
left
remember.
I left work to like did a half day and like came to install it or like play, and like the servers were down for like a couple hours before you could even get in. So it was just like they didn't come up. They had some issue, but I'm sure they're more prepared now. But yeah, it's should be in. Hopefully it all comes up at once so we can get games.
Are we gonna drop in together ever? Whoa.
I mean, I'm just like we were when we were playing Fortune's Keep and Rebirth together, like we were kind of like a winning machines. So
It is true.
we I think I won some of like the most consecutive games and play sessions playing with you. So we were all crushing it.
Right. Using my aim assist.
But yeah, your Coronas. That's like if we want like a win streak stream, like, that's what we do. Who wants to see the most win streaks in Warzone 2? Like
True.
it's gonna happen here.
Spoo!
We were disgusting, man. We were disgusting.
Yeah,
So,
we won a lot of games. I was having a lot of fun.
yeah.
Spoo, thank you so much for the $2 in chat, man. I really appreciate it. And then I want to make sure Woodgreen also says season 1 for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 goes live November 16th at 10 a.m. Quoting that from the website.
Okay, so it's all going at the same time. Got it.
Shout out Woodgreen.
So legit, and for coming from Twitch, he's hoping to get the M13 Shadow Company operator, the MPX out of the way, then grind DMZ. So hey, I'm right there with you. And everyone's saying that the one operator on that battle pass looked like Shadow Company. Could be Shadow Company. Or I mean, I think it looks more like the Mexican SOF guys that we see, like the bots in Invasion and stuff, and then we saw in campaign. But I mean, who knows? I'm excited to see. Regardless, I'm going to be using those skins, so I'm pretty excited for what the battle pass holds out. That's like my favorite time of every season, man. I would install that overnight. I'd wake up early and just like log on before work and just walk through the battle pass and just look at everything. Just be like, oh, this is awesome. Look at all the packs. I'd be so pumped for all the cool packs they would have. And then you had Cold War and Vanguard, and I'd be like, get the Bush STG 44 with the wooden outfit and blah blah blah. The exact attire and weapons my grandfather said he used to. So it was good.
100%.
Yeah, great. And the laser gun. Don't forget, we talked about that. The laser gun, dude. That's why the war ended. They say it's because of a nuclear bomb and blah blah blah. We all know it was that laser gun.
The real ones
Yeah.
know what happened. Okay.
The real ones know, man.
We know
They
the
know.
truth. Look at the production team pulling up the Battle Pass trailer off the rip, dude. That's insane.
Boom.
Shout out production team. Yeah, Lib, I'll carry you. Hop on, man. I got a big old backpack. We might not carry very far, but we'll try. I think the skins look pretty cool. They're definitely more toned down than they could have been. So I think they're fitting in pretty good. There's some weird stuff, but nothing like it's probably eventually gonna be. So I'm pretty happy with what I've seen. So
yeah. Cosmetics look awesome, man. I'm pumped to look the blueprints, the cosmetics for the everything's looking. I love Modern Warfare content for the seasons is just awesome. They crushed it every time. Even when it got ridiculous, there was still like the milsim. There was some awesome stuff in those battle passes in the stores. Every time there was a store update, I was on the store looking. I would check the store every day for new stuff. Those were good times before the dark times of the other titles. So it's good to be back for some modern stuff.
My only thing about the whole season that it's just a tiny bit bummed where I was like, I was hoping for like all new maps. Like they're bringing back Shoot House and Shipment, which I'm a boomer, so like all that crazy like Adderall fueled Shipment kill streak stuff, I'm not that excited about. If you are, That's great. Enjoy it. I'm happy for you. I love you. Thanks for listening to the program. But I'm not. I was a little bummed. I was hoping for like some new maps at some like new locations. Like we don't have like a snow map or anything. Like there's some places they could go for a little bit of variety. I was hoping for that, and they're remade maps, but it's better than no map, and it's better than one map, like other franchises do. So, I know the maps aren't the same size. It's a joke. Okay, guys, it's a joke. I know the maps are way bigger in Battlefield.
It seems like they reworked. I mean, Shoe House looks a little bit different for sure.
Yeah.
But for Shipment, I don't think we've really seen anything official on Shipment besides where people have found it in Warzone, which is on the boat. Which, if anyone's seen that stuff, I mean, if anyone played Blackout for Black Ops 4, like that boat reminds me exactly of the boat in Blackout that was down there at the harbor. But they have the shipment layout on the boat, which is pretty sick. So, I mean, maybe it'll be on a boat this time and not in like a back, junkyard. Maybe I don't know, but I did like what I did see of the Shoot House map. I like the rework of it. I mean, it's at least it's not a copy paste. It's a little bit different.
Right. Space asks, what do you think about Gunfight coming soon? That's the other thing, I guess. Way to call me out. I was a little bummed about as well. I said there was just one thing, but I didn't see anything about Gunfight. I'm hoping that comes back. I really like that.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Teddy. There's snow up in the top of the mountains. Hey. They said, hey, I'm about to. Teddy. All right, we're gonna have a talk. All right, you and me, bud. They said that there's 3 different types of maps. There's like they're big categories. There was the Al Mazrah type maps and the ones of that area, and then there was the maps from all over the world. Okay, so it would fit under that category, like Farm 18 and those other maps that are like not set in Al Mazrah. Okay, so it could work. When there's a snow map, I'm gonna remember this. There's gonna be a snow map, and I'm gonna be like, "Told you so." It's gonna happen.
We title this clip "When There's a Snow Map," and then when there is a snow map, this is the clip everyone watches.
Yep. I can't wait. There's gonna be a snow map, and maybe there's probably snow in the mountains potentially. That's also a thing.
I mean, in the Middle East, I mean, Afghanistan, there's snow in the mountains, the altitude. I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm probably wrong. Woodgreen asked really good questions. After watching DMZ gameplay, do you think crafting system from COD's single player missions would fit into DMZ? I originally thought it would be. If they would add it, or would need huge gameplay changes. Yeah, I thought it was going to be in there, and them calling it a beta makes me think they potentially still could. I think it belongs in there.
I think I don't know. I think that's one of those things we need to get in there and see, because people were looting wrenches and gas cans and screwdrivers and tape. Like, I saw people looting that stuff in their backpacks. So that stuff's in there. So why is it in there, right? I mean, I just feel like if there wasn't a use for it now, it wouldn't be in there. Maybe it's there and they're going to expand on it and you can't do anything with it yet. But what would be the incentive to loot some duct tape unless it's part of a challenge or something? But I mean, that stuff's there. The same stuff we saw in that portion of single player for crafting. So whether you're able to craft with it yet or not, it's, I saw someone with throw a gas can. It's cool that you can put that stuff in your backpack. So there's going to be a purpose for it. Just a matter of, is it going to be there tomorrow or is it going to be there next month? I don't know, but yeah, at least you can loot it. That's a start.
Yeah, I hope they add it, because that was one of the things I was excited about. I thought it'd be really neat to be able to make stuff in the game. Not a lot of games have that. Some do, but not a lot. It'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, feedback on the program? Teddy's probably never gonna watch again because I was mean.
Teddy says those are junk items. You can sell them for money in game. Yeah, true. But I mean, I don't think it's gonna be junk. If that is the case, I don't think it's meant to be junk for forever. I think they wouldn't have that crafted in single player for no reason. There's got to be a payoff at some point.
I also just want to say, love you, Teddy.
As long as you like Glocks, Teddy will like you. Teddy's a Glock guy.
I had a Glock.
There you go. You guys are best friends now.
I like it.
See, Teddy? See?
See, we can find common ground. I have a Ruger PC9 that takes Glock mags.
There you go.
I mean, that's why I have that left.
There
Lib
you
wants
go. He's got-
timestamps. He always wants timestamps.
Dude, Crash and I struggle city with the timestamps. If anybody wants to volunteer to rewatch this and get timestamps when it's posted on the Scope channel, please contact us on the Discord, because the problem is we like Crash will post it and it just happens to always just be like the work week of hell, and like we just don't get to it, and it's just crazy. So if anyone feels like volunteering for that, please hit us up in the Discords. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, we're gonna do our very best to do it as soon as possible.
He's exactly right. I feel pretty damned accomplished that we get this show out the door anyway, because like
yeah,
after this is over, I have to edit like the beginnings and endings out and then render it, and that takes quite a while, and I go eat supper, and then I stream on Twitch. Like I'll probably stream tonight, and then after that I upload it and go to bed. So then in the morning when I get up, it's done processing, and then I post all that stuff and get it going before work, and then I go right into work, and I have to also do the audio version and render that out and get it. And then I'm like, I'm good. I'm scoped out, guys.
yeah, it's a lot.
It takes
It's a lot. It does, especially. I mean, yeah, when we're balancing full-time jobs, it's quite a bit of work. But yeah, we'll do our best.
Woodgreen says there's an option to put timestamps as you go. The problem is I don't leave this VOD up. I upload it to the Scope channel for the VOD. So it's not this exact one. And I don't think the timestamps would carry over.
We cut out the intro and everything, so we'd have to calculate that time, and we could timestamp it, but we'd have to subtract whatever the piece, which we could definitely do. So I've been thinking about that too.
My original thought was that the topic list indicator, like you could scrub through the show and see when that changes like to the topic that you want to hear about. But I get it that the quick shots are kind of merged in there, but I was hoping like you could scroll and kind of see where that topic indicator goes.
We're gonna figure it out. But if there is a volunteer out there, if there is a volunteer, a kind Samaritan, let us know. Help is always appreciated.
And then when this program blows up, we'll pay you.
There you go. Maybe one last question here I have from Chase. What's the first gun you're gonna be running tomorrow in DMZ or Warzone, Crash?
Since I'm competitive and I can't turn it off, probably AK, the 7.62 AK.
Are you running? So that'll be your primary, and if you get a full loadout with overkill, what's your secondary? You're running a sniper?
The SPR, it's stupid.
You son of a bitch, Crash. I don't think I can be on the show anymore.
It's stupid.
Say that.
It's dumb. Okay, let's say this. I'm gonna go further. Being a man of culture, I'm probably not gonna run overkill. Because today, over my lunch, I leveled up the X13, the auto Glock.
Ooh, you animal!
I got it to where I can have a Kimbo, 50 round mags on that. So I'll probably use my. What?
Oh God, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Get just deleted by that shit tomorrow.
Up close, yeah. So like I'll be mid range to long range AK, and then backup's gonna be the Kimbo Glocks. I like it. I think when they get too close.
There, yeah, and just instantly eliminate people from the server. I think what I'm gonna be running is I'm not sure specifically, but I have one loadout that I'm really excited to try. Is I have a Mark 16 build, short barrel Mark 16 build for the CQC with that it's like a 7 times scope with the canted mounted delta on there, and that thing is actually disgusting, and I'm probably going to run that with a Lynx. So I'll have close to medium with the Mark 16, and then I'll have long range with the Lynx. Is a loadout I'm excited to. That's just one of those crazy things someone's going to get killed by and be like, what the F was that? It's going to be hilarious.
That's awesome. Yeah, using silly guns and stuff is cool. That's going to actually be viable before people figure out the meta, so you'd be able to do all
Dude,
that
it's
stuff. It's
like
fun.
I was messing with it in the firing range, and then for some stupid reason, the combo of attachments I have just is amazing. With like, there's not a lot of recoil, surprisingly. So I was like, this is a crazy build, probably gonna suck. And then I got in there, I was like, okay, all right, I see where this is going. So I'm gonna have
Nah,
some
dude.
fun with it.
Cool, man. I think I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. So hopefully your stream works out. And I'll be able to tune in, and I'll tune in while I'm working. I'll be lurking and working.
There you
Checking it
go.
out.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So yeah, guys, I think that's a show. It was awesome.
Absolutely, gonna be good. Everyone, fingers crossed and prayers for my PS5 setup tomorrow, and
T's
we'll
and
pray
P's.
for the we'll pray for the best. If the stream cuts out and I start lagging like crazy, I don't know. To go watch Crash. I'll be out of commission.
Yeah, I probably won't be on until the evening, but like right after I get off work, like 4:30, we'll probably kick it on over on Twitch.
Boom, love it, love it.
YouTube hates me. Actually, I just probably make terrible videos, but yeah, we'll be on Twitch.
Dig.
Be fun. So yeah, guys. Twitch.tv/Crash8. Appreciate it, legit. Thanks for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. Setting up these shows, I'm always like, shit, are we gonna have enough stuff to talk about? I'm nervous like how they're gonna go and run, and it's always really fun. And a big part of that is Buff, and a big part of that is you guys for being here. So thank you guys so much. It's a lot of fun. They always turn out.
Yeah, we love it. We love the interaction. And yeah, stay tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun, guys. We're gonna have some a lot of content coming. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a good day.
Cool. Road to Vostok, we love you.
Yeah, we need him on the show sometime, man.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
I saw he got the shout out from Jake over on Twitter. Love it. Love to see it, man.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Deserved. Well deserved.
Love to see it. So if you look over here, I'm not sure what your name is, Mr. Road to Vostok yet, but I will. I have a layout already. Look at that. Right there. Just for you. We'll keep your seat warm. It's open anytime. Love what you're doing. I did see on Twitter, he's gonna be adding stuff to the demo. So the demo will get updates with some new things
epic.
and put out some new music and stuff that sounded awesome. So yeah. Good stuff happening there. Love it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Guys, thank you so much for another awesome show. I look forward to next week. Everyone, again, have fun in Warzone 2, DMZ, and whatever else you guys are playing. Check out the Insurgency update, and we'll get back together on Monday and talk about it. I look forward to it, guys.
Have a great night, guys. No VLKs tomorrow, remember.
I'm going to use one. Okay, bye.